Hello everyone, my name is Alyan and today I am here again with another special guest. Allow me to introduce our special guest traveler, author, digital creator who knows to how to explore the world with the flair of royalty. Our guest he ventured far and wide, bring tales of captivating journey to readers, viewers worldwide. So hello Miss, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Alan, for having me on your show today.
Thank you so much. By the way, it's Alyan.
Alyan. Okay, Alyan. Thank you. I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly.
Yes, now it's perfect. Okay, so before moving on the question, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Duchess DJ Love. Gallivanting Like a Royal is my platform to share love while I travel the world. Travel is my passion and love is my specialty. So why not combine the two together? And I call myself Gallivanting Like a Royal because I went from poverty to royalty. I'm now wealthy. So if I can, so can you. But on my show, I share trips to give you some travel inspiration because traveling opens doors that you didn't know needed opening. That's my quote. And it's affordable. I fly around the world, but I do it on a budget. I don't spend too much money on traveling. So these are the things that I want folks to know about me and to get out of my story. Thank you, Alyan.
Wonderful, that's great. Okay, miss. So my first question in your screen, you're known for Gallivanting like a royal. Can you share one of your most memorable travel experience?
Yes. One of my favorite travel experiences was going to Ireland. Ireland is a beautiful country. Luckily for me, it didn't rain much while I was there for my 2 weeks. I love castles. I'm a royal, so the castles were, spoke to my heart. I felt like whenever I went to a site, it was just like when these were built. Maybe I went back, I was back in time or something. Anyway, I just felt so connected to the castles. I felt connected to the people. Um, I even believe there's little fairies running around. Mystical things happen when I was in Ireland, and it's beautiful. So I highly recommend it. And that experience really opened my awakening to travel even more, to seek out more castles, more royal adventures, and share it with the world. And that's what I plan to do.
Awesome, wonderful. So how did you get started as an author and what inspired you for your first book?
That is a great question because, to be honest with you, I never thought I would be an author. Writing and speaking is not my greatest strength. My greatest strengths are in math and science. So that part of the brain is not my strong suit. However, I like to journal, and I have been journaling all my life. To me, that's a way for me to capture how I'm feeling, get it out on paper, to plan for the next day. Journaling is just my process that keeps me, as I call it, focused and on the right path. Um, I got a download to start this journey back on St. Patrick's Day of 2022. However, it's a long story. I kind of make it short. Um, when I have been saving and preparing to retire early so I can travel the world and not work. And I'm a very productive person, so I had to find something to do to occupy my time once I retire. I'm not working 40 or 50 hours a week anymore. What am I going to do? So I thought, okay, I'm going to be traveling. I'll just write a travel blog. Honestly, I didn't know what writing a travel blog consisted of it. You read them, but I didn't know all the preparation that was involved with one. So I got a download from above that said, if you don't start now, you never will. The never will part caused me to take action because I had planned, I had saved, I was prepared. The timing was just not right. So I started blogging. Well, once you post a blog, people read it, they comment, they want to know more about you. Well, that brought me on TV shows. Well, the TV shows led to me being invited to be a speaker at a live event. Well, I needed something tangible to show. So Traveltude was created. It's where I've been journaling. Remember, I said I journal a lot. A lot of this is in here. It's my travel tips, inspirational quotes, color photos, line space to make your notes. That's how that was born. So that's what got me to be an author. Then once I figured out I could be an author and I can publish for zero cost on Amazon, I'm going to write and publish more books. Thank you.
Wonderful, very nice. Okay, so your blog cover various aspects of travel and lifestyle. What the most unusual decision you written about?
I would have to say Costa Rica. Costa Rica to me surprised me in so many ways. You know, I've heard how beautiful it was. I'd heard about the lifestyle, pura vida, and the people. But once I immersed myself into it and it got to experience it, oh, it's the world that most Americans don't know because we're nonstop doing things. We're busy, busy, busy. You go to Costa Rica, that's what called the pure life. You take a rest. You take time to live. You take time to breathe. You take time to enjoy nature. You know, all these beautiful things out there. So that is something that I've enjoyed writing about, my experience there. I have connections with Costa Rican people that started back when I was a young child. I didn't know, you know, the path that they would lead going forward, but that has been a very memorable experience. It really changed my life. I could talk all day long on that. So maybe we bring me back and ask me why Costa Rica is so special to me at another time.
Wonderful. Okay, so as a digital creator, what your favorite type of content produce and why?
Wow. I love all of it. Digital creation is something, again, that I didn't know I had a talent for. I really didn't know how to do it until I started my Gallivanting Like a Royal platform. But so, again, when I got in all this, I didn't know what's expected of me. I didn't know what would be required to continue doing this process. So, this has been a live and learn journey. So once I started, it's like, okay, I gotta have photos, which, you know, hey, I like taking pictures and I can strike a pose. So that I got down pat. But I needed to create reels and videos and curate something and string it all together. I didn't know how to do all that. So I had to, you know, basically just start from scratch and learn and play with it. Some of my beginner ones are just not that great, honestly, but I did it. But I like to create the videos with music the best. And the reason I like the videos is, to me, I can put my personality in a video. The reels, I just kind of have to go with what I have. But the videos, I can add my touch, my flair, my personality in those. So I enjoy creating the videos.
Wow, wonderful. Okay, miss. So, what's the most challenging part of balancing your role as a blogger, digital creator, and author?
I have more roles than those three that you named there, too. I'm a dementia caregiver for my mom. I have three successful businesses that I run on the side. That's where I get my revenue from. But what I do is I have a calendar like this. I make notes on this tangible calendar. I have calendars and tasks on one phone, calendar and tasks on the second phone. They have alerts. They keep me on time. I'm very organized. In the morning, I kind of have lined out what I want to accomplish that day. However, life happens. When life happens, you just kind of have to scratch it and try to redo it and readjust. But I have my to-do list. I have my tasks. I know what's got to be done. Every Sunday after my show, Gallivanting Like a Royal, I rewatch my show as a viewer to see what I can do to improve it. Once I do that, then I get out my calendar, my notepad, the laptop, and I start making notes. Here's what I want to accomplish this week. This is what's in my planner. These are my meetings that I have. How can I work these in with the other things I have to do? Because I juggle a lot. You're right. And sometimes I wonder how I get all I do done each day. It's a lot. Great question. But organization, and I believe in having a tidy home. So you don't spend a lot of time looking for things. If you organize and your home is tidy, you can easily find the things that you need.
That's really awesome, wonderful. So, can you tell us about a travel decision that excited your expectation?
Yes, that was recently. I flew to Athens, Greece to take a cruise in the Greek islands. However, we had two stops in Kudasi, Turkey and Istanbul, Turkey. I didn't know a whole lot about Kusadasi. I hadn't really heard much about it, but it has become somewhere that I really want to go back and spend more time. However, Istanbul blew me away. I fell in love with the city as we were arriving on the ship, just amazed at looking at the beauty of it, the splendor, the churches, the buildings, the people, the smell, all of it I just absorbed and took in. And I want to go back. I want to spend more time there. I want to go to their shopping centers, I want to experience more of their lifestyle, that kind of thing. So yeah, Istanbul was just a place that I thought I wanted to go see one day, but it wasn't like at the top of my travel list. But now it is.
Awesome, wonderful. Okay, Miss. So, what's the most important lesson you have learned from your travels?
Oh, have patience, pack lots of patience, and take some flexibility with you. Be adaptable because, again, life happens. Um, there's flight delays, there's road construction. There's a lot of things that's outside of our control that when you travel occur. So if you can plan to the best of your ability, but you got to allow room for unforeseen things to take place and also for spontaneity. And the reason I say that is I travel so much. It's kind of like, okay, I know I'm going point A to point B. And I kind of know what's in between point A and B because I've been there so many times, or I'm very familiar. However, you never know when something new is going to pop up, or if you're in the right frame of mind, you just may look out the corner of your eye and something will catch your attention. Most of the time, we're too preoccupied on where we're going that we miss what's along the side of the roads. So pack patience and be observant and flexible.
Exactly. Okay, Miss. So, how do you find inspiration for your writing and content creation while on the road?
Oh, that is a great question because to me, I really think most of my inspiration comes from above, that comes down to me. I've kind of got myself tuned into now when I travel to be on the lookout, to expect something great or magical to happen along my journey because magical encounters happen to me every time I travel. So now it's just, okay, it's like this is going to happen. Be on the lookout. Something out of the ordinary is going to take place, and I had better be ready. Also, I like the sunsets. I like to see the clouds in the skies. I love the color of the trees. I love architects. If I see a structure of a building that's just like, to me, it's special, I'm going to get out and take a picture of it. And usually when I capture a photo, that photo comes back with me. It's like, okay, let me journal something about this. And so when I'm journaling, it's like that journal, a thought will pop into my head. Why don't you do this? Oh, or why not that? I'll give you a prime example. I was going to I'll say a replica castle nearby. And I knew about it. I've seen it 1,000 times, no biggie, but I just wanted some photos of it for an article that I'm writing. So on the way there, I stopped at the gas station to get some gas. Someone, small talk. Hey, how you doing? Where are you going? What you doing? Well, I'm going to up here to see this castle. I'm gonna take some photos of it. Oh, they won't know why. So I tell them I'm a blogger. I'm gonna write about it. Oh, well, did you know that North Carolina has a lot of castles? And I'm like, no, I did not know that. I've been to Biltmore Estate, which to me is the prettiest castle there is, even though it's not called a castle. It's absolutely phenomenal. So I said, I didn't know there were any more. So this guy gave me a list. So guess what? There's my next travel adventure, going through North Carolina and checking off the castles that's in the state of North Carolina in the United States of America.
Okay, okay. So tell us about a time when a travel experience changed your perspective on life.
COVID. I think COVID changed the perspective on everyone. And I must say, the only time I did not travel was from, I think it was March 20th through April the 8th, or maybe a little bit after April the 8th. Anyway, it was like the 3 weeks when everything in the world was shut down. You couldn't fly, you couldn't do anything. Those were the only 3 weeks that I didn't really go anywhere. But once they lifted that ban where I could fly those friendly skies again, I went. Yes, I knew the dangers. Yes, I was prepared. I read up on things. Covered my face, wore all the protective gear, washed my hands 1,000 times. I did everything I could to keep me safe. However, I wasn't about to let something stop me from living my dream. So that really changed my perspective. I'm okay because I'm thinking here, how can I travel safely? My mom has dementia. My mom has to travel with me. Okay, I have to take her elderly and her symptoms, her illness into consideration. How can we make this work? So in August of 2020, we were brave enough to take her. We went and passed a COVID test we had to take to travel. We went to Alaska. That changed my perspective forever now. Because during that time, not many people were going to the state of Alaska because it has stringent entry restrictions where, it was really tough to get in. So there was not many people traveling. There were no cruise ships going on at the time. So we were kind of like celebrities in the state of Alaska. However, just experiencing that, seeing what everyday people, that could not work, were now out of work. How a hotel, we were the only customers in this resort, okay? The only people. Granted, they catered to us, which I liked, but it was sad because we were the only place in this 300-room resort. So I see life in a different perspective now because I think of the people that worked, that lost their jobs. I think of the business people that lost revenue, that may have lost, their whole life savings because everything they own was in their business and their business went up like that. Nobody coming, they lost everything. So my heart was profoundly touched for the life afterwards that COVID has inflicted upon our world. That it just breaks my heart still to think of people that lost their businesses, the people that didn't get to travel, but worse yet, the loss of lives that could travel more.
Great. Okay, Miss. So, what advice do you have for aspiring author and blogger who want to make a mark in the travel niche?
I will make that a step broader. Travel niche or any niche that's your specialties. If you have an inspiration to write or you want to blog, do it. Do it afraid. Do it scared. Do it incorrectly. Just do it. Because the thing about it is, if you don't start somewhere, you'll never get anywhere. So you got to start. And like me, I posted my first travel blog. If you want to go read it on travelblog.org, you can read it. I didn't know what I was doing for as a technology. I thought I could hit publish and then go back and edit, which you can't. So I couldn't edit what I had posted. So it's there. It's published for life. I can't go and change it. But you know what? These are lessons that you learn, valuable lessons. They're not mistakes. There are things that will teach you going forward that you will learn from, benefit from. So if you want to call it a failure, if you want to call it a mistake, whatever you want to call it, that's fine. But just turn that mindset around and say, this may have happened, but I learned from it. Just go do it. Start writing. And if you don't think you have enough material to, publish a book or publish a blog, just journal every day. And at the end of the month, see what all you got. You may have a material enough for one blog. Start small. It only has to be 100 words. Start small. Come on an interview show like we're doing right here and talk about something that you're passionate about. If you can speak 20 minutes on anything, then you can write a blog. You can post, you can even write a mini ebook. I mean, there's things that you can do. So just talk, just speak, just share whatever you have. Thank you.
Very nice, Miss. Seriously, very nice. Okay, so can you share a funny or unexpected travel mishap that turned into a great story?
Actually, I have many of those, but I'll share the one that sticks into my mind the most. A friend of mine were traveling, and again, I don't like spending a whole lot of money, when I travel. So I get some deals, people. I get some really good deals. So my friend was traveling with me, and we decided we would share a room, to cut back on cost. But she wanted her bed, and I wanted my bed. Okay, we looked at the oceanfront prices of this property, this resort that we really want to stay at. And it was very ritzy, so we had to stay there, of course. And there's a castle nearby. So I'm like, okay, we'll stay there. So they only had oceanfront and ocean view rooms. The ocean view rooms were a lot cheaper than the oceanfront, even though you could kind of see the ocean out of your room. So hey, that'll do. We can walk. We own the property right along the ocean, so that's good enough. So that's what we did. So when we get to the resort, it's nicer, more grand than I imagined. And so we're so excited. We go in, we check in and everything. And we're walking to our room, and it's kind of like we're supposed to have ocean view. Well, the room, you really don't have ocean view. You have the stairway. If you walk out your door and look, you can see the ocean, but it's not from your room ocean view, which I'm okay with that. That's what we saw originally. We're like, okay, hey, we got a room. We're here. We get in the room. There's only one king size bed. This we had an issue with. So we go back to the front desk and tell the attendant, hey, here's my reservation. It clearly states we chose two beds. We don't really care what type of bed, but we want two beds, one for her, one for me. So the attendant's, just doing everything can in the computer, blah, 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 blah. Looking, no, no. Man, we're sold out. We don't have any more rooms that match your description that you paid for. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And I'm like, okay, well, what do we do here? And he goes, hold on. And he's doing some more stuff. He goes, I'll tell you what, I found a solution for you. We had someone cancel, and we got another room that we were holding for someone else. I'm like, we don't really need two rooms. So I'm thinking that's going to be a lot of money. He goes, no, no, no. What I'm saying is, since we messed up on our end, I'm going to give you your own oceanfront room. I'm giving your friend her own oceanfront room. And it came with a fireplace, living room, these little fancy robes and slippers, the perfect view. I mean, prime location. So that was a mishap that turned into a royal experience.
Wonderful, amazing. Okay, so my last question is lastly, where can your friend and readers expect to see you traveling next, and what can they look forward in your upcoming project?
Great. Well, this weekend I'll be going live from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I will be oceanfront. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to Helen, Georgia, in the United States. And the reason that Helen, Georgia is so special, it's like the Swiss Alps of Switzerland and Germany. So you get that kind of feel. Then I'm going to London Eagle. I'm flying across the pond, to see the royals over there and visit with them a little bit. Little Prince George and I share the same birthday, so I got to go give him a hug, even though I didn't get to see him on our birthday. I want to go see the London Eye, the Tower, the London Bridge, the different things like that. Then I'm going to the Great Smoky Mountains and the edge of North Carolina and eastern Tennessee. And then in December, I'm taking a cruise. I'm going to Mexico, Belize, and Honduras. That's what I have lined up for the rest of 2023. But then again, there may be always some unexpected travels that come about with me. If I find a deal, I'm going. Oh, my book, Money Matters, Make Your Money Work for You, is coming out soon. I had planned to have it released on September 24th, the day that my first book, Traveltude, was launched. However, there's been some timing issues. So I'm just kind of waiting for the right time to publish that one, but it's coming. I'm going to be sharing some insights on that going forward as well.
That's great, awesome, wonderful. Okay, Miss, I am very thankful to you for giving me your precious, valuable time for the interview. I hope everybody learned something new with your speech, with your talk, with your experience. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.